right now on 5 on Your Side at 10.
Right now, the sky is clear and it's cold. Warmer weather does return, along with rain chances. The timing on our next weather maker and what it means for your St. Patrick's Day.
Equal Pay Day. Tonight, we verify the size of the gender pay gap. Our top story, a community mourns. Tonight, a fallen police officer remembered in his hometown.
Couldn't ask for a better one. We will not ask for somebody else that loved law enforcement, loved his community as much as he did.
Tonight, hundreds gathered for a candlelight vigil to remember fallen Herman Police Sergeant Mason Griffith. Thanks for joining us. I'm Mike Bush. Ann Allred has the night off. Griffith was killed Sunday night responding to a call at a Casey's gas station. Another officer was critically injured. Tonight's vigil took place about 30 minutes south of Herman in Griffith's hometown of Rosebud. 5 on Your Side's Laura Barczewski was there.
People came from all over Gasconade County to honor Rosebud Chief Mason Griffith. They say everywhere he served with a full heart for his community. Gasconade County Sheriff Scott Eiler says they are mourning the loss of Rosebud Chief Mason Griffith, who also served as a detective sergeant in Herman, where he was shot and killed responding to a call.
He helped people. He loved helping people. He gets involved in anything he can to help the community.
Sheriff Eiler says he helped train Griffith when he started his career in law enforcement.
Guide him through his law enforcement career. Since we became friends, I knew his family. We grew up together from the time he became guest part of the county and just became great friends.
The community overflowed the Red Barn in Rosebud as they lit candles to honor Griffith and pray for Herman officer Adam Solentrup. They shared memories and laid blue roses on a Rosebud police car to say goodbye to the man they all loved so much.
If this kid's playing basketball on the street, he will stop and shoot hoops. He wasn't much of a basketball or sports person, but he will do his best to help the kids, play with the kids. And the interacting these days with the law enforcement and the community is great.
There are several ways to help out both families of Chief Griffith and Officer Solentrup. We have links to all that information on KSDK.com. Reporting in Rosebud, Laura Barczewski, 5 on Your Side.
Funeral plans have been made for Sergeant Griffith. They will take place Sunday at Owensville High School in Gasconade County. Visitation starts at 9 a.m., runs until the funeral service, which begins at 2. Officer Adam Solentrup, who was also shot Sunday night, remains in critical condition at Mercy Hospital in Creve Coeur. Tonight, the community is doing its part to support both officers' families. Backstoppers, a local nonprofit that helps first responders' families, has already reached out. Executive Director Chief Ron Battelle says the goal is to make them debt-free.
Both officers' families received a $10,000 check each from us to use during these trying times. Whatever the family needs, we'll give it to them.
The city of Herman is asking people to drop off donations for both families at any of the 11 People's Savings Banks across the state. There's also a GoFundMe link set up for Sergeant Griffith's family. And Marquardt's Landing in Washington, Missouri is collecting cash donations. We have more information on all these fundraisers in the As Seen on TV section on our website, ksdk.com. The man accused of killing Sergeant Griffith and injuring Officer Solentrup is now charged in the case. Today, prosecutors charged Kenneth Lee Simpson with first-degree murder, assault, and unlawful possession of a firearm. He's also charged with 2 counts of armed criminal action. Simpson surrendered to police yesterday afternoon after a 16-hour standoff. Breaking tonight, less than 30 minutes ago, we learned St. Louis Circuit Attorney Kim Gardner has filed her legal response to a court filing that could remove her from office. Gardner was facing a midnight deadline. Missouri Attorney General Andrew Bailey claims she has mishandled cases. 5 on Your Side has learned Gardner has hired St. Louis attorney Michael Downey and Ronald Sullivan Jr., a high-profile Harvard law professor, to represent her. Both helped her in prosecuting former Missouri Governor Eric Greitens and later defended her in court over her handling of that case. We talked with a legal expert about the move.
I think it's smart for Gardner to hire a high-profile attorney, which I think she's done, someone who can take this to the media and turn it into exactly what she says it is, a political witch hunt that is baseless, and to attract some attention, maybe from some national media outlets.
The judge assigned to this case will make a recommendation which could make its way to the Missouri Supreme Court. Live look at St. Charles tonight. Another cold night across the St. Louis region, but tomorrow could be the nicest day of the week. Chief Meteorologist Scott Connell joins us now with the Weather First forecast.
Yeah, interesting. 39 degrees right now, St. Charles and St. Peter's. That's in down there. But at the airport, we're down to 33 at this hour. And for a lot of the outlying areas, under a clear sky and with the wind settling down this evening, we are dropping off pretty quickly. Looking down in Arnold right now, sky remains clear. It just took a long time to get that sky too clear today as the clouds limited our warming during the afternoon. Most of us are down into the lower 30s right now. A lot of us will be in the upper 30s to our upper 20s to right around 30 early tomorrow morning. Not going to see a big drop for the rest of the night as warmer air is trying to push in from the west. Eventually it will, and then the clouds will follow, and then the rain chances will follow after that. It's going to be kind of a wild ride here as we get some pretty good swings weather-wise. We are warmer tomorrow. The breeze picks up and becomes a bit gusty later in the day. Clouds then thicken Wednesday night. That's going to lead us into showers, maybe even a rumble of thunder on Thursday. And boy, does the bottom drop out as temperatures plummet on Friday. We're talking about the big cool down for the weekend and your St. Patrick's Day forecast in just a few minutes, Mike.
All right, Scott. New tonight, Ferguson has a new chief of police, and he's a familiar face. Tonight's announcement comes just weeks after previous chief Frank McCall parted ways with the city. Our Brent Sullivan is live in Ferguson tonight, the only reporter speaking with the new chief. Brent.
Mike, come April 1st, Lieutenant Troy Doyle, a current commander at the St. Louis County Police Department, will soon head the Ferguson Police Department. And tonight, he told the officers that he will soon lead, quote, "We have much work to do."
My whole career, I kind of been like known as a fixer, so to speak.
Only 5 on your side was there as Ferguson learned there's a new chief coming in. Lieutenant Troy Doyle comes from St. Louis County.
It was time. It was time for me to move on.
Doyle might be a familiar face. Nearly 3 years ago, he filed suit against the county, claiming Executive Sam Page bypassed him for police chief because of his race, choosing his colleague of lower rank, Mary Barton, instead. In that suit, Doyle claims Page ran into campaign contribution problems. When word got out, he was the front runner. After choosing Barton, the lawsuit claims donations started pouring in.
Any animosity towards the county?
No, not at all. You know, I had a great 31 years with the St. Louis County Police Department. I know I reached a point where I think progress was kind of stopped.
Now, his goal of becoming a police chief has become reality. He has his work cut out for him. The Ferguson Police Department is working to comply with improvement recommendations from the federal government following the fatal shooting of Mike Brown.
Although some people look at the consent decree as a negative, actually can be a positive because what it does is kind of help and set guidelines for the police department to help us police in a manner that's fair and equitable.
The department also working to get its accreditation restored. To get it all done, Doyle plans to have an open door policy.
Address your concerns, take your suggestions and ideas so we can work hand in hand to make Ferguson a secure and inviting place to live, work, and play.
His lawsuit against the county heads to trial next year, but he's keeping quiet on that.
No, I'll let you talk to my attorney.
And tonight, one Ferguson resident told City Council he's disappointed that the community didn't get to meet the chief before the city made the hire. That aside, that same resident told the crowd and City Council that based on Doyle's resume, they may have made a, quote, wise choice. Mike.
Brent, thanks. Well, new tonight, the owner of the Cardinals and Blues TV outlet has officially filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. Diamond Sports Group, which owns Bally Sports Midwest and more than a dozen other regional sports networks, says it plans to continue to broadcast local games as it restructures more than $8 billion in debt. If Diamond fails to pay its rights fees, teams would be free to break their contracts. Major League Baseball is reportedly ready to stream games for teams that lose their broadcast deals. Well, today is Equal Pay Day. It recognizes the disparity in the salaries women earn versus men. Tonight, our Verify team breaks down the math of the gender pay gap. Here's Adiante Till.
Equal Pay Day marks the day women have worked enough to catch up to what men made the prior year. A tweet with more than 188,000 views says this year, Equal Pay Day falls on March 14th, and that women are paid 84 cents for every dollar that a man makes. But is that true? Let's verify using these sources. The most recent U.S. Census data compares women's and men's median earnings in 2021. That data shows $51,226 is the median income for women in 2021, compared to $61,180 for men. We crunched the numbers, and that means women make about 84 cents for every dollar, which makes this part of the claim true. So how'd they get March 14th? Men make roughly 1.2 times more than women. With 365 days in a year, women would have to work 438 days to make that same amount of money. That's 73 extra days. Counting from January 1st, 2022, that means March 14th, 2023 is Equal Pay Day, just one day earlier than the previous year, which isn't enough progress, according to Jessica Kriegel, Chief Scientist of Workplace Culture at Culture Partners.
Equalizing pay for men and women is taking a lot longer than it should.
Pew Research Center says the gender pay gap has barely closed in the past 2 decades, since it's still about the same as it was in 2002 when women earned 80 cents to the dollar. With your Verify, I'm Adiante Till.
What would you like us to verify? Send an email to verify@ksdk.com.